places just for banter in Australia, so you can show what you can do. Did you fail Stuttgart Football Academy, so you had to move on to... No, I don't hate, but I'm not a fan of football, so... And what was it? Male voice actor of Pansy. Yeah, I'm saying that I'm the male voice actor of Pansy for the reason that I have not the deepest voice, but also not the highest, so I'm the male voice actor of Pansy. So, if you're wondering what's happening, we're going to take a look once more. Everyone is connected, but nothing is happening, so... Yeah. That's the case. That's the thing, right? So, sometimes it is like that. Sometimes, unfortunately, you have to, you know, wait a little and wait a little and wait a little. Press tab. Of course I will press tab you later. And here we are. We're in the knife round. Oh, I'm way too slow for that. So let's take a look. It is actually the time we've all been waiting for. The delays have been there and there and there, but finally, we're here on Inferno. Best of one, and it's going to be the knife round starting up with Burn going in for the first one. Knives are being sharper, they're getting stabbed in everywhere. It's only one more, and that's Moe, who has to try his luck to take down two. Pretty much the impossible task. CT side logically on this map, very, very favorable. And there we go. And that is going to be the Thailand side. Starting off, where do they want to go? Where do they want to actually make it possible? So, let's take a look. If they finally go for the decision, because we know CT side always way more favorable, always way more, well, let's say interesting. So there we go, and here we are with our other game. We're finally starting up, and we see the Australians playing on the terrorist side. So aggression, big time plays, fast ones as well. And that just means we're good to go. We're starting up, and there it is. We have 4 players on the Thailand side going for armor. Slow plays from Gratisfacto. Keeps his head down for some reason. That is quite interesting. And just before we start, here are the pings once more. Moy 110, the rest is quite alright. That is one hell of an interesting Australian playstyle. We only see Urka, the main fragger of the Australian team, of the Grayhound guys, taking some control into middle. Trying to make some noise, but as you see, 4 players are just waiting onto the side. Urka just makes a lot of pressure, but now the rotation comes in. Probably Guter is calling it. Guys, I need help, and there also is coming already Reality as well as Rolex. Do they care about the smoke? Yes, they do. Not pushing through, but it's time to make some move. Otherwise, the control of the CTs is getting too strong. Rolex cannot help his teammate Guter in this situation, but takes down Gratisfacto. And that is Rolex. Standing there, just waiting for it to happen, and that just means Urka is the last one to die. Ryan makes it possible with another one. So, as we're seeing it, that will be STK taking that control over the section of the house, and logically a very normal decision. And as we're talking about it, there comes a control from Rolex. Trying to make it happen once more. Takes a long-range tools against fully armored opponents with that USPS. Interesting move to do when you have an MP7, one of the most accurate submachine guns you can have. But that control is definitely not going towards B-side. It's only Burn who wants to make some noise there. The Grayhound player just trying to find anyone, but seems like they're not going for that. Rack just waits in the door. He holds it up and sees if anyone wants to run in his crosshair. STK, that's a classic position to hold there. Just wait and drop her, see if anything wants to come, and Ryan up there taking the slight height advantage. 40 seconds are left, and that flame is so crucial and so important. There we see the first frags happening. STK with another, and that is humiliation happening on the other side of the map. STK rotates once more over, and then it happens. Knife and knife, and for some reason, I don't know why, but I don't hear any steps. That's kind of weird. But anyway, there comes the massive control they want to take towards the middle reality. He takes down another one, he takes down two, and then it's the last one. Triple kill in that eco round, the easiest things that could actually happen. So take a look at it, reality going there with the ob on to the B section. Wants to play it aggressive. Yes, he does. Makes his way through. Nearly sees the body there off the Australian guy burn. And now this means rotate a little bit back down to 43 HP. So same goes for STK. He's also down to 28. And that means Rolex and Co rotating a little bit back, trying to see what they can do, taking a banana control in this way. And if you're wondering why I have to do this, because games sometimes bugs the smoke cam. Lovely thing. Very lovely. Reality. A little bit of in a sticky situation, because with this op he needs to find a frag as soon as possible. The problem he has though is 2 body shots and this guy's so much gone. In a matter of seconds, spray comes in from Burn. Wants to see if he can find anything lucky through the smoke, but reality, this is always the thing. How do you evaluate the situation of the danger that can actually happen? But it doesn't matter, we're seeing smokes and also flashbangs popping there into library, into the connector section, and that just leaves down 2 players, or more likely 3, onto the A side. Beautiful Molotov, Grayhound, they executed this strat so well so far. And that also, the practice they put into this is very good, but then you also have Guter back on the side, bringing it to one situation where reality has to consider, do I take this home? Do I bring this into the next round, or aggressive? But no, saving it. Understandable decision. Has the kit on himself. $4,700 plus 1,000 plus 450. No, 400, excuse me. Yeah. Around 6k he's saving, getting at least that shot onto Prac, and I think those guys from Australia, they won't go for this once more. They're so aware of the situation that just more aggression would mean more problems regarding their economy. They cannot really come into anything sick after this one. There's no big bank that is backing them up. Oh, and the jump! Oh, no, Moe trying it, but he's just a victim. And then we have a break. So, pause is being called. Yeah, pause is being called. So far, the Australians brought it back when they finally got themselves that gun round set and ready. And that just means, well, we're going to see, ouch, we're going to see those Australians, A, going further and further like this, or B, having to struggle now as they somehow consider those Asians, the guys from Singapore, how to go further. So, goddamn Windows. That just means we're going to find out in just any seconds, because the timeouts are actually here time-bound. That means if you are not fast enough with it, you might have a problem going actually in the game with 5 players, and I think nobody really wants that. And once more, if you're asking yourself on what server they're playing... Oh no, that's the wrong one. That is the right one. Here, on Singapore. So, that is the difference between those countries. Just a little bit of geography for you. And we should be back and good to go. All players are back. And we're starting up with the 5th round coming up. And once more timeout, because they were so nice. Those guys from Australia said, okay, you know, we're giving you the timeout. We're just being the gentleman here. And now, as the Australians have packed up all their equipment again, they have not one of the best ones regarding that. So we see 3 Galils, no UMP happening, interestingly enough. On the brink, except Greatest Factor and Burn with their economy, not much to play with afterwards. If they're losing this round, considering that. And now, best about Ryan, he has a Daft Punk theme, Daft Punk picture on there. Take a look at the pings. Moe 110 is the one who's a little bit suffering here. The rest seems quite alright. And that just means getting some grenades and getting something big on the board for the CT side. 2 players, no, exactly, excuse me, 3 players that are making their way close to Banana, and this just means for Burn and the rest, think twice about what you want to do with this one. Think twice if you want to approach that B side, because Scooter, not quite sure if Burn hears his noise already, but that spray puts him down to 48 HP. Quite gnarly here for him to just survive that. Smoke pops on over. Nothing happening in Banana, and now the push happens here from Arcas. He goes first, and that is a Mongolian player who now plays for those guys from Grayhound. Finds another one, working out with his Galil, but still the last one alive with 40 HP. Upgrades to the AK, but it's no major difference anymore. That Scooter takes him down. 4-1 it is. And it seems like those guys from Thailand are doing everything right. CT side, once more, we've mentioned that. Way more favorable, of course. No problem to gain a lot of control here. Going into double digits should also be fully possible. As we see Cooter. He takes down the first one with aggression, and the Australians, there's some broke-ass kangaroos with nothing on the boards and just some little bit of upgrade pistols. No armor, no utility. Dark in front of his feet, but no chance for Brack. He tries to hunt down Reality, but his off shot is so much on. And to just let you know, in the past few games, those guys from Australia have delivered actually some decent performances. Also in Inferno, taking down Trident, down 16-13 in the best of 1. Against Chiefs and Darksides, the better Australian teams, they pretty much had no chance to actually deliver anything. They were not playing Inferno there as well. So, I mean, one of their more favorites to say it like that, but Signature. On land, they didn't perform at all. They weren't just in Thailand land. Now they somehow are online and back on their streak again in Reality with a sick, not a sick shot, I'm taking that back, but a more likely solid shot, excuse me. And burn the rest. Once more having no armor. Moe wants to upgrade his pistol there. Greatest Factor only on that P250, and it's just the utility that needs to make it work. Once you get that tech train set and ready, you know that you're doing everything right. Rolex rotates over, just sees what he can find there. And now the aggression comes in. They're just interested in taking down one after another, even getting the plant. I think they don't go into this with expecting to winning the round. Burn, he misses the shots left, right, and center. That could have been the frack onto Ryan the entire time. But as we're seeing it, that's not happening. And there comes the final frack. Prack has to live with his death, pretty much. And Ryan Giggs is very funny today because he's actually B&W Giggs. 4,500 hours in CSGO, 2,000 in Dota. And once more, the Australians not having any kind of op setup with this one as well. Arcas, one of their key players, not playing with an AK instead of Someone switching that over 1.0 rating he has in total in the past 3 months, and one of the key players for the Australian team. What this is actually all about, it's about getting further and having a slot at the WCA, the World Cyber Arena 2017. There comes once more the aggression. They're so focused onto this A side that it might backfire once more. Ryan, and this time B&W having no chance, and the players are rotating over. Quick run from Rolex, but he stays silent in case any player just comes around the corner. He wants to have that kind of surprise moment. There comes one from Reality, but no chance in this one, as STK, Rolex, and Guder are just waiting for this to happen. We have Moe though, taking out another. It's only on to Guder. 8.9k he has on the board, so trying this, no problem regarding the economy. How much does Urkes see it? He does see it. Tries to go for that shot to bait it out. Gets his position seen. Don't. Oh, that was barely Mo actually taking him. Where they need to go for the bomb. And that positioning Guder is trying to take is actually so favorable. Because when we take a look, Moe is still a little bit of an open target. And already Ozzy's actually expecting it. Seems like Urkes actually realizes what's up. The Mongolian goes for the easy shot. Takes down 2. PS picked up. Being more than useful and finally breaking free from that kind of spell the guys from Thailand put onto them. Six to 2. Nothing is done yet in this half. I mean, you can still advance to 9 points in case you're an Aussie, but that will be a little bit tough to do. There comes the smoke onto connector. Their entire nade setup is so interesting. And actually still working out onto the A side. It seems like they're just a way too much focused onto that position because it can backfire when you try to do it repetition and time after time after time. But there's no problem in taking down Reality. Still, there's one waiting around the corner, but also taken down. Ryan with 1, Ryan with 2, Ryan with a third. No, he thinks Moe though, puts him down to 33. That flame onto Rolex. Not what you want, and he's forced to rotate over, still having 90 HP, and now it's only onto Urkast. Steps have been hurt, and Guder waits for the jump. There comes the first, and one more to go for. Does he take down Rolex? No. The Swiss watch having no problem with 57 HP. And that just brings the Mongolian student who went for educational reasons to Australia, Urka Gantulga, 22 years old, from Mongolia, in a situation where he can't hold it further. Also has played for Immunity back in the day, but now Grayhound is actually one of those teams where it could have expected to be up and rising in the Australian scene, and now they finally not focusing on to A1s. That flame holds them off, as we see position from Guder can work out in this situation. No moment, tries his luck, just waits here for anything to happen. Once more, take a look at the pings. Moe on 113. Somehow, earlier on, when the game should have actually started, we've seen all the guys from Singapore playing with a ping of over 100. Everyone. Every single one. And the Australians were down to a 5 ping. Now, for some reason, it's the other way around. Moe, though, he takes the aggression with his team. What a shot here onto Guder. Rolex. He does not even know what is happening before he can realize that he needs to fire. Gratisfactor will get that bump down, and suddenly a big man advantage that is here on the Australian side. B side once tried with pistols, and it's even working out just so good. Reality comes in from behind with the Max 7, no long-range capability. And that just leaves Ryan to be the star BMW, but rotating back together with STK. So that means bye-bye. It was nice playing with you. See you in the next round. 7-3 it will be. Maybe getting some damage onto the Aussies. Let's take a look. Yeah. STK with one. STK, come on, take him down. No, with another one. With another one. That is a lot of economic damage actually being dealt. That's not that favorable as it should be, but the CTs are suffering. And yes, they do suffer. Because when we take a look right now... Oh, that's wrong. 1-7, 2-1, 1-4. What do you want to buy with this? They can drop UMP, yeah. So we have 2 UMPs, 2 M4s, and... yeah, 3 UMPs. Okay, yeah. So they all went pretty much on the brink with their money. All near to 0. 250 is the max on for Rolex in this situation. How ironic for someone with such a decadent watch. And if you're an Aussie fan and you're already crying tears, your shoey is full of salt, then don't worry. There's also Chiefs in this tournament. But so far, nothing is over. Nothing has been done. And either your fans from Thailand or from Australia can still... well, the Thailand fans are a little bit in the advantage here, but... also the Aussies. Don't worry. We're just in round number 11. Everything is possible. Side switch will still happen. And CT side on a map like this is so crucial. Grayhound, they're taking down to Prackham as well onto the different side. There was one team kill actually, if I saw it correctly. And now the aggression from Rolex just shoot through the 45 ACP ammunition, landing everywhere, but not on the target. And that just means Gratis, waiting, ready, flame, just lands perfectly in front of the feet of Rolex. But still, Gratis Factor dies from this, as he's still on the motion. 3 versus 3 it is, the side not fully... and yeah, this Burn just waits there around. Urka is there with 1, Urka is there with 2. That is exactly what you need in such a round. Demolish your opponent's economy, and Urka just peeks around, takes down 3, and that is seemingly the Shui show that is starting up. 4-7, and the CT money is down the drain entirely. Gooder, so far not performing as well. And I mean, a guy like Tor is actually the best player in the entire lineup. When we take a look, Gudor, 1.1 rating in total, having a great KDR actually of 1.13, and today on to 3-6. Still, his team making a great performance, showing that he's not the carry player. But if your, let's say, most favorite guy for Frax is not performing, you definitely got an issue. Patience, the silence around the map is kind of astonishing, but that is once more the take onto the A side with all the smokes and all the preparation those guys are doing. Shouldn't have any problem, but 3 pistols, I mean the USPS that can be lethal, but regarding the situation they're in, a case they're fighting against, that will probably not happen. Reality, not having 1, and the rest of the team probably will suffer the same, except Ryan steps up. Ryan with 1, that's it though. And that brings Scooter in a situation where he's on his own. So, nice try, Gooder. Good luck with that, but not much more going to happen. And there we go. That's it. That is Prackham, with his team taking the 5th, closer and closer and closer to this equalized scoreline, or even going up ahead against those guys from Singapore. So, Reality and the rest of their team making their way through to this, and now let's take a look at the aggression they're trying to want to do. Because they're going for some classic boosts, let's say it like that. Their frag's not happening so far. Gooder down to 44 HP. They're just waiting for anything to happen here. Once more, the Australians have a really interesting playstyle. They're taking so much time for the aggressions onto A, and it partially worked quite well. Let's say it like that. As we see Rolex, the rest of the team making their way so slowly and silently onto the B side, because Gooder just tries to hide. This angle is a little bit gnarly. The fake is coming in, but let's take a look how close reality is. He smells it, but gratis facto, he's just way faster than this. Ryan, oh no. Oh no, Ryan, nah, he's being taken out. Prax sees him. I thought this could be just the one of his lifetime where he just waits and waits and waits and suddenly becomes the monster of the A side, but nope, Rolex and Gooder. Doesn't seem so. And we see, actually, one player less. We're missing someone on the side of Thailand. So that just means we're going for a break, of course. And while that is the case, we can just talk about what we have seen so far. We have seen, actually, the Australians having a big problem in the beginning. We can take once more a look at the scoreboard here. They had the problem that it was 6-1, and suddenly you start breaking through that kind of line, and start also deciding to go a little bit more onto B, because they were really stubborn onto that A side, tried to make it work out, but all those close angles they were actually getting pushed from, this is what's making it possible. And as I just opened my iPad to my right, I've seen someone saying I'm not Zesht. I am Zesht, and I'm casting this. Who's telling me that I'm not myself? I'm sorry, that just to be mentioned. But yeah, we're seeing right now those guys from Thailand actually struggling a little. Let's say it like that. They're struggling a little bit with what we're seeing so far, and the WCA Asia Pacific close qualifier offers us a few matches more today. We're going to see Signature versus Boot. We're going to see 7-6-4-2 against Boot, and we're going to see 7-6-4-2 against Rekka. So a lot of Asian teams we're going to see today. Once more, we have a vote being passed. Break. Yeah, exactly. You are not Zesht, you are Spider-Man. You are saying, okay, I'm going to show you something right now. I'm going to show you something. A few weeks ago, I've been casting ESL. Okay? And I swear, and I'm not kidding, someone made this following picture. This following picture is dead serious. Let me find it. Here it is. Because someone thought that I also look like Spider-Man. So let's show you this picture. Hold on. This is one of the best, and I hope you will have the love of your lifetime. This picture. I hope you're happy. Sorry, that was just... Someone made this with my picture, you know, the one on Twitter, and at this time I was muted, so... yeah, just showing you that in full res. Come on, here. Okay. God. I mean, I think I don't look like the new Spider-Man guy, but we have the problem that... Does it go? The match is being set to pause because we have one player less. I'm removing the picture right now. Yeah. That is not me. I'm not Spider-Man, but maybe I'm your Spider-Man caster now. You can find that on Twitter, I think. My Twitter is, yeah, linked, you know, but we're still having that problem, and we're actually live? We're live? Okay, they're playing with one player less. A little bit confusing, but we're seeing right now Grayhound as well as those guys from, well, Thailand are a little bit confused, because what is happening here? One player less. The Thailand side is missing BNW. Ping issues it probably is, and they have to play with 4, so that fortification logically doesn't work the way you would like it to have. Gooder takes down Grayhound. And we're back to a equalized situation of 4v4. Just mentioning that. Reality, for some reason, not buying up while the rest of the team has everything he looks for. And we're seeing that aggression onto the B side. Logically worked very fast. If you're back to the 4v4. And there comes one. Rolex takes out our cast. This should not happening. Prague takes Reality though. 2 low HP players all coming through construction. Gratis with 1. Gratis not with a second. It's getting a little bit gnarly because not even 50 HP are on the Australian side right now. Moe just tries to hide himself. Not sure if anyone will take care of that. Peekaboo! And here I am. Moe finding that one. And STK, he's trapped. Moyo with another. 2k it is. And once more, we're in a break. Okay, yeah, now we're in it, and we're full. So, we're good at it. Well, the Australian seems like their dream can come true. And double op setup onto Gudor and Reality. Both of them playing this kind of setup. Let me take a look at the ping. BNW had some issues with his ping earlier on. Now he's back to a situation of actually, well, let's say it like that, not suffering from it anymore that much. And as we see, Moe, he's actually the Australian Foon, if you didn't know. Orlix tries to be the Thailand Foon, but not the same level. And well, that double op setup can actually backfire massively. Reality looking at that broom, keeping that angle, but Gudor is still ready to find Gratis Facto. Probably didn't expect this to be the case. Rolex and the rest, that double op setup as well, but also that double banana setup. Grayhound trying to burn him out though. Oh, and that is a nice shot coming in from Burn, taking down Gudor, 1 op less. And now it's just about taking that one advantageous point into the next half. Being there with the 8-7, that will help you out a lot. If you even then win the pistol, you can go far, really far, with just that one additional point. Flame lands in the middle. Doesn't delay it too long though, but you gotta make it quick and fast if you want to make it possible. And take a look. If you're a bit confused, Gudor is Tor, by the way, the so far statistically best player off the Thailand side. 30 seconds, getting back to that. They're so sneaky. Australian James Bonds making their way onto that ace side. The question, how ready are they? And how especially ready is Reality? There's one. Does he pull it up or does not? There's another. The second. Does he go for it? No, the misfire. But Reality, no, the misfire from also Burn. And there comes another one. Finally, they can rely to those op shots actually getting anywhere. Urk, no chance. And that is going to be the 8-7 advantageous half happening. So, as we're going for it, maybe a little break during the half? Nope. So this was actually one of those perfect scenes you can put into this week in Aussie CS. So, what have we seen? 12 million missed fire at AWP shots, but yeah, you know. That happens still. Grayhound now on the CT side. They have Urcast on that ninja setup, but there comes Ryan, doesn't care, pulls through against Gratis Facto, takes him down with the 9mm headshot. Oh, that hurts as well. Urcast, another one burned. Beautiful shot onto reality. Bring it into the 3 versus 4 situation where Prakem just lays a little behind the smoke. Oh, wrong corner. You're looking, and suddenly you're having a 4 versus 2, and now you're back to this. Urcast is the last one alive. He can just pull through. Go for the smoke and pull through. Now, he does. Doesn't matter. Rolex makes his way around the corner. Urcast doesn't make it. This was just millisecond thing, but Rolex makes it possible to get that 9th round on the board for the Thailand site. Oh, that was kind of painful to see here from Grayhound, not actually having the possibility. A 4 versus 2 suddenly lands into a 1 versus 2. The smoke and kit idea was nice to do, but a little bit too late. Cities now. Having a very interesting economic structure. Usually you see people forcing through, not saying, okay, we're only going for a pistol, no armor, no utility. But they're doing this kind of playstyle. It's very interesting to see, because close range still same lethality. They just need to be able to find the first shot. Because otherwise aim punch hits and then your aim is all over the place. Once more, big shout out to my guy Ryan Giggs for using Daft Punk as his profile picture. But now let's take a look how this B side will actually be attacked. Because Gare comes already one. Urcast with another. Oh no, his pistols are working out as it seems. So partially at least. Some damage being dealt. Urcast advantage. Oh no, the shots are not actually landing anywhere. But still 2-3 versus 3. And the question is to the right. Urcast. That body shot not landing. Incredible. That should have been there all the time. But yeah, aim punch sometimes is a bitch. And they're all hiding behind pillars. That logically makes it impossible to do anything right here. Still, great things we're seeing so far working out. That thing onto Rolex nearly gets him down, but the Mac 10 makes it work. So the question is, do the Aussies now go further and buy this one? Or do they want to actually have the situation of... Yeah, they seem to want to go full utility, insane buys in the next one. That's interesting to see. Okay. Also an option to do, but Udo goes full aggressive, of course. Expects the CTs to buy nothing. 10 rounds they're on already. Double digits is their advantage. And the luck of theirs. And there comes another one. Gooder takes on Prakem. That is Moe actually finding Gooder though, a little bit too aggressive, but that is once more the B site. Finding frags anyway is already great. Now, STK, he saw that CTs are just waiting here. They want to go for that boost, but for Urka is even on the higher level. His friend is getting taken down. And once more, regarding the statistics, in the past 3 months, around 10 times, those guys from Signature have played this map, won it 88 times. In percent. So that is just an insane ratio regarding how much skill you can pull up on such a map. And as we see, it's just making everything a little bit more insane. Flame just lands there. Yep, perfectly in front of the banana section. And now it is pretty much a now or never situation, because we see the CTs, we see the Australians having all of this great utility. They have flames, they have smokes, they have flashbangs, everything you're actually looking for as a CT. It's pretty much a counter-terrorist wet dream what they're having here. You just gotta put it into use. You just gotta make it work, and that is going to be Burn. He needs to show us what he can do. Kellum Henderson, 21 years old, and now it's his chance to actually show those guys from Thailand what he's capable of, if they even would try to push. But they don't. They just don't want to. They're keeping even the clock ticking and ticking and ticking and ticking. They're taking so much time. This is incredible. And now there comes Burn, sees nothing, fully flash, and that means Urkus and the rest gotta perform ASAP. There's coming nothing out of Burn, and this means Gratisfacto, maybe your luck. Also not happening. Let's find Frax ASAP, get that retake on the boards. Because otherwise, that will go to 5-point difference, and Ryan, he takes Gratisfacto. Moe and Prackham. They don't have the chance. No kit is there on Moe, no chance for him to find that number 8, and that means Thailand is strong, Thailand is leading, and Thailand goes up to the 12th. Signature, second on their local Thailand land, was also in HLTV, where they made it to the second place, and now, as we see, he has to retreat. The guy with the highest ping, by the way, on the Australian side, 109 he has to play with, suffers. It's not much more left those Australians have. It's not many more chances where they can actually bring this back home to the island. It's a group stage, of course. It's something different, but still having a possibility. Rolex goes for the aggression, wants to lead that charge. The deagle shots, he wants to do the happy here. They're still taking so much time. 40 seconds, still only pistols, and that 1M4 on Moe is on the Australian side, and that just means the push comes directly onto the A side. No problem for them. Urcast, 1, 2, oh, those eagle shots are hot, while the flames are blazing directly in front of him, and that just means Urcast waits it out. He knows that there's one more around the corner, gets another body shot. Does he get another one? No, it's just a free K he has to live with, and Gudor, the main player for the Thailand side, has to now correct everything his team has actually ruined. The mess has been made on the A side, and it seems like Urkaz is the janitor with his deagle. Has to clean up the mess that has been made. 12-8, a round that seemed like it was lost from the finish, from the start, has now been just turned around instantly. And now the Thailand guys, they need to just, relax a little, focus back onto it, because such rounds can actually mess with your mind quite badly. Take it still aside, Gratisfacto. Tries his best for the smoke, does not happen though. Now it's up to the Thailand side to hold this one. It's more as the Australians all have kits. Satisfaction is low on HP, but there's not much more happening. 13-8 will be still retrievable for the Australian side, to say it like that, but far away from favorable. There they go. Just not much more left. Grayhound, a team that actually can perform quite well against all the Australian teams. So far, being able to take down Trident, Funky, and Avon in the last 3 matches they had in best of ones on Train and Inferno. The best of 3s didn't really go their way, and maybe that is actually their luck not to play 3 maps consecutively, too, but as we see right now, not working out the slightest bit. Just 3 more away, those guys from Thailand are, to actually take it home. Tension is so hot right now on the entire map because nobody knows what's happening. The smokes are popping, the fakes could be there, and as we see, Satisfaction rotates over. Now goes back, realizes that this is more likely just a fake, and that this take on the site might be just A. But once more, they play it all around the middle here. Signature just waits for this. And a funny thing, by the way, Gooder, $4,350, no armor. Yeah, that's sometimes a thing that can happen on pro matches. You suddenly forget that there's also something to buy called armor and helmet, but, well, this could even just, you know, work out. Maybe he also got some massive balls. Who knows, but let's take a look. Crack him. He suffers from that as STK takes him down, and now Moe's there for 1, but this is all he's getting. 3 versus 4 it is. Nobody's standing close. The rotations have to be fast as possible, because otherwise, you know, that might go horribly wrong. Gratis factor, 100 HP he still has. There comes Urkes with the first. The Mongolian player plays for the Australian team now, needs to show what he's able to do for his entire Australian squad, because this could backfire so massively. They pretty much need this round. Burn is once more there with another one. Ryan also suffers, and now this is reality on his own, and he does not get the Australian make it. That retake was not that fast, that retake was not that explosive, but that retake worked out just more than fine. 13-9 it will be, and maybe, but just maybe, Grayhound can retrieve it. Beautiful retake we've been seeing here. Working out so well. Now Gratisfaction, he wants to take that height advantage to see anyone popping over, but no, not happening. Rolex though. That smoke, very interesting. Thrown very deep down. And both teams on Inferno, it doesn't matter if they have guns, doesn't matter if they don't have guns. They're waiting it out every single time. Like, every single time. Maybe that is the adaptation they actually need to make. Maybe a little bit of a faster play would make it possible to, you know, surprise the opponent, but the element of surprise is so far on none of the teams. And Faction fully flashed, retreats over. That call has to happen quickly, because those guys from Asia, they're hot, and Rolex, he takes down Gratisfaction. A little bit of flash makes it impossible for him to see anything of the opponents. Grenade rains in very nicely, though. Puts SDK down, and oh no, this means that we're back to the 3 versus 5. The Australians, who looked like they might get this back on track, maybe found some grip on it again, seems to, well, go downhill once more. All of them having kits. No one coming through bananas, so it's all a very narrow space they're using. Flame perfectly, though, onto reality. Oh, that AWP from Ryan logically saves it. There's one. There's a second. Prac. Nope, not going to happen. 14-9. Australian money. Not the best money. It's that kangaroo power of a nice jump, maybe, from Prackham with that Max 7. That is kind of necessary to hold off their opponent of getting that 15, because full AK setup, full utility. That's the way you can make it work. Burn, his noise has been heard. Not really the smartest move by him to go that aggressive when he even made those steps. And that just means Urcast. He's alone on that B site. He's trapped there in that corner. And there's not much more to do than just hope that they won't come to hunt him down. Gooder stands on the other side of the map, waits for his team to give any kind of call. Throws a classic smoke. Waits for that fake to happen. Flash, smoke is going over. Gratis has to wait. And with his AWP, he has to be that key kind of guy right now. He has to find one after another. Hold off that push off the opponents onto the B side, but the smoke doesn't help him the slightest bit. He lacks, or did he shoot it through the wall? I'm not sure there. Putting reality in a very sticky situation. No kit this time on the CT site. Is it bye-bye time? Is that 15-9 that looks so horrific? Or will this be maybe the spicy retake? No, not going to happen. It is the Australians leaving this 15th up to their opponent, giving them that important point. And Gooder with 1. They're just waiting, but gratis facto. He's at least taken it. AWP still saved. So that AWP needs to be the key gun in the next one. Goddamn keybinds. Now burned though. Tries his luck with Urcast, who's waiting with the UMP just pretty much besides him. And this entire round is all so silent about it already. So much not happening. Ryan seems to be the smoke kind of guy for the entire team. Makes it work. Set smoke there onto the middle, but this section, will it be played is the question. Control of the house already been taken. Ryan wants to go there towards balcony. Thinks twice about it. Prackham could be the savior of this one. He could just change the entire outcome. At least of this round. Maybe not of the game, but there he is, full flashed. Has he been spotted yet? Prackham? Behind you? Nope. Doesn't realize. And that seems to be like we're nearly already at the end of it. Burn is the last one together with Urcast. 5 versus 2. Some magic that needs to happen right now. They have nothing to lose. Why not go for it? Why not try your luck? And yeah, that is one less. And now Urcast, bye-bye him. 16-9 it is. And that just means no free points for them. So, that is our first match we've been casting here on the UCC channel. My name is Sesh. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be